Alright, so I'm just gonna say it. Perfectionism is honestly a cancer. Never in my life have I ever been held back from achieving greater things than the mental battle in my head. The need to be perfect. No mistakes allowed, no blemishes, no errors. I have to wear this mask so that no one else can see the cracks underneath. Cracks are ugly, right? I need to keep up this presentation of everything being okay. Because being okay means people will like me. It means I'll be beautiful. It means that I have everything put together. I must be perfect. I have to be. Right? Now, I haven't been on Earth for very long. I haven't lived a full lifetime. I'm still pretty young. But from my years of dwelling among other people, quietly observing them from the distance, while living my own full life of trials and tribulations, I have come to the conclusion that humans are really good at pretending. We're really good at pretending that everything is fine, that you need to know all the facts, that you have everything put together. Pretending that sly remark didn't irk you, or not being picked didn't bother you. You put on a mask like it's fine jewelry and parade with the crowd so you can become one with the sea of the world. No problems means you are perfect, right? Well, ladies and gents, I'm here to declare over you that the illusion of perfectionism that we all wear is a liar, and flaws are what build your strengths and develop your character. I think the need to be perfect is such a crippling mindset for a creative like myself. Although, in some aspects, I can see how it could be useful, in theory. The need to be perfect in minuscule doses can help create a piece that is appealing to the eye, but it's very easy to cross that line and build an expectation so high that you can't even see the top. That is when it becomes a problem. You become so crippled from the fear of messing it up that it just freezes you in place. This mindset is something that I still struggle with from time to time again. I'm almost starting to wonder if it's an artist thing, but I think there's a fine line between a fine line between trying to make something look good and then bullying yourself when it doesn't meet your standards. As an artist myself, I've learned the dangers of what tunnel vision can do to a project. If you can never say what you made is good enough, then you'll never be able to move on from the project to improve or create something new. So don't forget to take a step back and get a full view of your drawing or project. And remember, it's okay if you don't 100% like what you're drawing. Creating is supposed to be fun and messy. Don't take drawing too seriously, so you can keep your sanity intact. Just keep loose and have fun. On the topic of talking about the cancer that is perfectionism, it was entirely coincidental that I was drawing my OC Fritz. Well, it's an OC I made with Ebony Farside during one of our creative writing sessions. And something that is so fascinating about the characters that we make is that characters are a reflection of ourselves in one way or another, whether it be the good, the bad, or the ugly. Something about your character can highlight a piece of yourself that maybe you've never really realized or paid much attention to. As for this commentary, I suppose I want to treat this drawing of Fritz as a mirror, looking into myself and what this character reveals about a part of me, something that I'm not fully in tune with. So for starters, I just wanted to point out I normally don't draw in this style very often. My friend Ebony Farside actually commissioned me to draw our character like this in a Disney art style. I'm actually very happy with how he turned out. I took a lot of inspiration from Gaston from Beauty and the Beast and Milo from Atlantis. So this Fritz fellow, when we were designing him, I wanted to play off of the saying on the Fritz, or that thing is going on the Fritz, or hey, he's going on the Fritz, that something is going wrong. Fritz is a chaotic neutral. He was created in order to let all that bottled up energy out in bursts, whether it be destructive, impulsive, or creative. He puts 110% of everything into anything he does. He doesn't look like a hero, even when he cares the most. One glance at him and you'd assume he's up to trouble. And, to be honest, most of the time you'd be right. He indulges in his intrusive tendencies, stealing cars, vandalizing, and his favorite, destroying things with dynamite and smashing things with a giant hammer. What can I say? I'm a sucker for the big mallet. He does these things for the high of the thrill, the joy of finally being able to release all that tension and anger into spectacles of loud chaos. And being able to do that feels so good. Like an itch that you're finally able to release. But amidst all this destruction and reckless decisions and lifestyle, he still loves his friends and family all the same. Even though he's a manic, chaotic gremlin, his family grows concerned about his self-destructive behavior. He listens to their concerns and he tries to change. He takes that energy and twists it for the better, creating instead of destroying, building something new for himself. And he finally starts to see progress. But as he is on his win streak of being a good noodle, he accidentally breaks the teacup of his friend that lost his mom to lung cancer. And in that moment, everything starts flooding back. You can't do anything, right? Everything you ever touch always gets destroyed. You'll never get better. And because of this, Fritz starts to spiral down his road of self-destructive thinking again, wanting to do some boozing, pickpocketing, and participating in degenerative activities over a teacup. Now let's rewind this a bit and shed light on Fritz before he tried to become better. There's something very intriguing to me about letting out all that manic energy into something destructive. After all, it's easier to destroy than create, right? I must admit, at times the fantasy of being able to destroy things without the fear of actual consequences is a dream come true. Now, I do not condone any violence or any destructive behaviors of any kind. Especially when you're going through a rough patch in your life where it feels like you're not in control of anything and no one seems to understand you. The first thing you want to do is lash out. You want to be noticed. You want the attention. Or maybe you feel like you just don't deserve to be loved and believe that no one cares about you. So you stick to the one thing you're good at, being a nuisance. But when Fritz starts his journey on trying to become a better person, at first he doesn't do it for himself. He does it as an obligation to appease his family. And like I said, not to better himself or to be better for himself. He's doing it to please others. But as he was fixing himself, there was a tiny voice in the back of his head thinking that maybe it was possible for him to get better. It was a distant whisper, but was enough to help motivate him. So this one time that he fails, that fragile mask slips off and he goes on a rampage. It shatters his good noodle streak and solidifies that belief in his brain that he's a misfit and he's just made to destroy. He tried so hard to be better for others when he wasn't actually trying to better himself. And like I said, he goes back to this mindset. You see, at least for me growing up, I felt like I had to wear a mask and pretend that everything was fine, and I was okay in order for people to accept me and like me. I wore this perfect mask with a smile so people wouldn't notice the blemishes, and it was exhausting. And when I was on a good noodle streak, and if I did one thing wrong, it would completely shatter my whole world. It actually gave me severe anxiety attacks for a while. And you see, that is the problem with perfection. For both me and Fritz, it's trying to be something you're not, and trying to hold up to other people's standards of who you should be makes it really nerve-wracking and almost impossible. But after Fritz is able to calm down, he researched and came up with a way to fix his friend's prized teacup. So he took the broken pieces and performed a practice called... I might butcher this. It's called kintsugi, which is translated to golden joinery. If you don't know what that is, it's a technique developed in Japan where a plate, bowl, or cup is broken and is welded together with gold. This practice is to embrace imperfection. It is closely associated with the Japanese philosophy of wabi-sabi, which finds beauty in flawed or imperfect things. The gold highlights in the cracks celebrates the object's history instead of disguising its damage. It also resembles resilience and healing. The technique is often used as a metaphor for resilience and healing. The golden seams represent a life that has broken and been put back together, and with the repairs making the object or person stronger and more beautiful. And when Fritz was finished with the teacup, he gifted it back to his friend, and his friend was over the moon about it. So the moral here is, don't let yourself get chained up by unrealistically high expectations. It's okay to fail, and it's okay to make mistakes, your flaws, and what helps shape you and develop your character. Remember, be kind to yourself. Truly, remember to be kind for yourself. Just like how this video isn't super perfect. I'm having Discord notifications go off left and right, and my brother actually came in to check in on me to see how I was doing. Which, that's what happens when you live in a big family. But please, don't let perfectionism hold you back. Just don't do it. Live your life. Always strive to be a good person. But don't hold yourself to an unrealistically high expectation. Alright, everyone. Have a good day or good night. And God bless. See you later.